There's a big primary race heating up in New York State between Governor Andrew Cuomo and progressive challenger Cynthia Nixon. Now, Cynthia Nixon has the backing of many progressive groups like the Working Families Party and Our Revolution, whereas Andrew Cuomo has the backing of the Democratic establishment. And one of the one of the obvious points or cherries on top to Andrew Cuomo's endorsements is this recent endorsement from Hillary Clinton, where she is now set to endorse Andrew Cuomo at the New York Democratic Convention. So, Hillary Clinton, I'm with him. Now, there's multiple, there's two parts of this that I really want to discuss. The first is, Hillary Clinton is obviously a sexist. That's why she's supporting Andrew Cuomo. I'm joking. That's not true, but that is the same sort of thinking, the same line that has been used against Bernie Sanders supporters for supporting Bernie Sanders over Hillary Clinton in the 2016 primaries. But when Hillary Clinton supports a man over a woman, all of a sudden it's perfectly fine. She's just doing it because she likes his resume. But you can't do it with progressives. If you support a man over a woman who's a progressive man over a conservative woman or a more moderate woman, no, that means you're sexist. This endorsement really highlights everything that was wrong with Hillary Clinton's 2016 election and what continues to be wrong within the Democratic Party establishment. So the actual two ways I want to break this down are first, Hillary's hypocrisy. So Cynthia Nixon, if she wins, would be the first female New York governor ever. Now, that's a glass ceiling. Hillary Clinton was all about breaking the glass ceiling, becoming the first female president. Her slogan was, "I'm with her." It was a slogan that was specifically tailored to her. It wasn't one about, helping the voters or anything policy-based. No, I'm with her. An incredibly selfish slogan that really meant nothing other than vote for me, I'm a woman. Now, when it comes to Cynthia Nixon, all of a sudden that line doesn't make sense for her anymore. No, vote for, I'm with her? No. Vote for Andrew Cuomo because he is gonna break the glass ceiling. I mean, he's the progressive. I mean, he's the guy that has all the corporate backing and all the big money. And yeah, that's let me get to that. But first, I want to show you Madeleine Albright's. So while Hillary Clinton was campaigning, she had backing from a lot of established women who are in the Democratic Party, like Madeleine Albright. Here's a clip of Madeleine Albright talking about how important it is to support women.
We can tell our story about how we climbed the ladder, and a lot of you younger women don't think you have to, it's been done. It's not done, and you have to help. Hillary Clinton will always be there for you, and just remember, there's a special place in hell for women who don't help each other.
Oh yes, of course. There's a special place in hell for women who don't help each other. So Hillary Clinton, I guess, is going to hell, according to that standard. I mean, I don't agree with that, but that's what Madeleine Albright says. Hillary Clinton appears to agree with it, laughing and clapping along. So I guess Hillary's going to hell. Now, in reality, that line was always stupid. I never agreed with that. You should always support somebody based on the policies that they are vying for. Now, if there are two candidates that have the exact same platform, exact same progressive platform, and one happens to be female and one is male, in a lot of cases, I would say, yeah, support the female. And that's because there are less females in positions of power in government. So if the resumes are the same, if the policies that you support are the same on both sides, I would say, yes, there should be more representation of women in government. But that's not what Madeleine Albright was saying here. She was saying this to endorse Hillary over Bernie, who had a more progressive platform, but didn't matter to people like Madeleine Albright, who were only concerned about Hillary's gender, or at least that's not even true. That's how they had to market it. So this whole gender thing, this whole I'm with her, it was all a marketing ploy. And Hillary's support of Andrew Cuomo shows you that. Madeleine Albright supported Hillary Clinton because of the policies and the connections that Hillary Clinton has. Hillary Clinton was embedded in the Democratic establishment, embedded in corporations, in big money. And that's why Madeleine Albright supported her. Now, let me get to the second point that I want to make here on Hillary Clinton's endorsement. And that's, this was never about electing a woman, like I already alluded to. But I want to show you here that why Andrew Cuomo is the person that they are is the person that the establishment is supporting, and the person that Hillary Clinton is supporting. So here's some reporting from Jacobin. New Yorkers get regular email notifications from Cuomo touting progressive moves and expressing the governor's outrage at Trump's misdeeds. But Andrew Cuomo is no Bernie-crat. He's merely figured out how to manipulate New York State's opaque oligarchical political system to give himself a left liberal sheen without risking his connections to his richest donors. Though the New York State Assembly passed some of the most left-wing bills in the country, their failure to become law is a central part of the Cuomo story and illustrates why New York progressives love to hate their governor. Now, I could do a video on Andrew Cuomo and how he has pushed down progressive policy, but I would be here all day. So let me give you a taste of how Andrew Cuomo has created the environment where it has enabled Republicans to maintain control while pushing away progressive legislation and still making it seem like Andrew Cuomo is progressive in the public eye. So it's an open secret in Albany that Cuomo is committed to maintaining Republican control of the state Senate, where creative redistricting deliberately gives the upstate GOP minority an advantage. The governor could have used his veto power over districting maps in 2012, or used some of his vast campaign resources to elect a stronger Democratic majority in the upper chamber. Instead, he has carefully maintained the structural barrier to the passage of progressive bills. Senate Republicans can control redistricting and enjoy the perks and resources of majority status, including the ability to control New York State's over $150 billion budget. Cuomo continues to cut spending and prevent tax increases, particularly on high incomes and property taxes, to appease donors, and casts himself as a moderate progressive who gets things done. Meanwhile, Democrats in the Assembly and Senate can take strong left liberal positions on a number of social democratic bills, like single payer, knowing full well that the Senate Majority Leader will never allow it to leave the committee for a floor vote. And that's exactly why Hillary Clinton is endorsing Andrew Cuomo, because he's as corrupt as she is. They both have connections to big money. They are both entrenched in the Democratic establishment that have benefited from those big money connections, and they are here helping each other. So understand, if you are a Hillary supporter, I get it. Unfortunately, you were tricked. That's just the reality. Hillary Clinton is embedded in the establishment. She is embedded in corporations having a hold on the Democratic Party, on consultants having a hold on the Democratic Party. That's what she represents, just like Andrew Cuomo. That's also what he represents, and he has worked very diligently to ensure that progressive policy does not get passed. Now, that's why I support Cynthia Nixon. Not because she was an actress on Sex and the City, which show I never watched. Not because she's a woman, but because she supports progressive policy, because she's bringing a bold platform forward. Now, if Cynthia Nixon is smart, and I think she is smart, but if her campaign is smart, they would take this endorsement, Hillary's endorsement of Cuomo, and run on it. Hillary Clinton ain't all that popular. Her approval rating, last I saw, was hovering around 30%. She's as unpopular as Donald Trump is. I mean, she lost the election to Donald Trump. So understand, this is part of the reason why Hillary Clinton is barely coming out in any of these races to endorse anybody, because she's not very well liked. But in New York State, she has a little more sway because she was a senator there than she would in other states. But I think that sway is only relegated to like Manhattan. So I'm curious to see if this endorsement will have any effect on the polls, and if anything, I think it may actually hurt Cuomo and help Cynthia Nixon. Hey, if you like this video, hit that subscribe button below and consider throwing me a few bucks on Patreon at patreon.com/therationalnational or therationalnational.com/join.